there have been a lot of reactions to Buhari's October 1st speech. I don't know who writes these things. I don't know who are the advisors of this president, because it's either the people writing this speech are dumb or they just want to make a fool of Buhari. Now, this is by one Farouk, and he said he's going to posit for reasons why Buhari, the stupidity in the comparison of Nigerian petrol prices with other countries. In trying to justify Buhari's latest callous hike in the price of petroleum products amid a pandemic, no less, Buhari's supporters increasingly sound like noisome idiots, straining hard to be low-grade morons. Here are 4 reasons, according to Farouk. He said it is stupid to compare Nigerian petrol prices with others. 1, and I want you guys to let's deal with this. Do you think these points are on point? 1, Nigeria is the undisputed poverty capital of the world, thanks entirely to Buhari's inept leadership. That means, on average, most countries on earth have a higher standard of living than Nigeria. With a $77 per month minimum wage, Nigeria has one of the lowest minimum wages in the world. In other words, everyday Nigerians are worse off than most people in the world and do not have the same economic vitality as citizens of other countries. So, do you agree to this first one, calling Nigeria the poverty capital of the world? Looking at the minimum wage that some states are not even paying, it is not even officially paid by some states. Some of them claim we are going to add more to it. Some are not even doing anything at all. So that's 1. 2, Nigeria is an oil-producing country. It is unreasonable to deny Nigerians the expectation of cheaper prices for petrol. It is like asking people to hold cream on their hands while their faces and bodies are dry. That's cruelty. Most Nigerians will be at peace with high petrol prices if their country does not produce oil or have crude oil as a natural resources. A wealthy parent who starves his children and justifies his cruelty by pointing to the starvation of the children of his poor neighbors is an irresponsible parent who doesn't deserve his children. A wealthy parent who points at other wealthy parents but chooses to starve his own children is an irresponsible parent who doesn't deserve his children. Buhari and his gang of buccaneers, or whatever name, let's call them vampires instead, are irresponsible to invoke the petrol prices in neighboring African countries that are not oil producers as a justification for increasing domestic petroleum prices. And even at that, he pointed to Saudi Arabia and some of those countries. But what a lot of people failed to ask Buhari is this: what is the minimum wage of these countries? What is the minimum wage of these countries? You cannot compare the minimum wage of Saudi Arabia or any of these Gulf countries to Nigeria. The 30,000 naira, about $77, is not even paid in some places, in some states. You cannot compare to Egypt. Those are the examples that Buhari, presented. Egypt, Saudi Arabia, talked about Niger, some of these countries in west of Africa, Niger or whatever it is, or Chad, that produces same. How can you compare this together? This is the highest level of insanity. 3, oil is the engine of the Nigerian economy in ways it is not elsewhere. Let us break this down. First, is there any constant electricity like that you find in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and some of these countries? No. Without this crude oil, petroleum product, without oil, none of the companies in Nigeria will function. Private, small-scale businesses will not function. They will not thrive. Nothing will ever work. Even the multinational companies, they cannot power their mast or any of this. They have to spend money because the government, previous, not just Buhari, they've decided to grind Nigeria down. They tied Nigeria down with chains to make sure that there is no growth, because they know if there is constant electricity, if things are working, to be difficult for them to rob and to steal. And they need to steal and take the money somewhere, live in Europe, and act like they are better. They need to have that sense of superiority over the people, over the masses. And they cannot do that if everybody has access to electricity, good roads, water runs into in your homes. With that, you begin to feel like a human being. And if you feel like a human being, they that want to put you down as animals cannot in any way ride on you or make you subservient. So that's just logic. Make them lower. Rob them. Use anger as a weapon. Take things off from them. So during elections, you can ride on them. And when they stand up to protest, use the crazy security agencies that are dumb against them. Simple. That's just how it works. And nothing more. When the price of petrol goes up in Nigeria, everything else goes up, except, of course, the already miserly salaries of everyday people. This is not the case in many countries. In the United States, Benin Republic, even Saudi Arabia, fluctuations in price of petroleum doesn't automatically activate the across-board inflation. So you can't just arbitrarily jack up petrol prices and ignore its other unsettling effects on other facets of the Nigerian society. So 4, a way bigger waste than the waste of petrol subsidy that people aren't talking about is the extortionate amount Nigeria expends to subsidize the obscene opulence of its political elite. Just check out how much Buhari earns as president. Check out the vice president, how much he earns. Look at the senators. Check out how much they earn. Obscene opulence of these political elites. Do you think it's a joke? Aside stealing of money, do you know how much the president earns? To be so rich, extremely rich, up to the point whereby the children of this president can afford to take money from somewhere and buy 2 clean power bike. And he nearly died on it. He bought one for himself and his friend. These are very expensive automobiles that cost up to 80,000 euros. 70, as the case may be. He bought, that boy will not buy something that is not worth it. He's the son of a military general, president of Nigeria. He bought the best. He looked at the brochure. He looked at the magazine and looked for the best, and he bought 2. One for his friend and himself so they can cruise around Abuja. You look at that. So you think for him to have gotten 180 or for him to have gotten 200,000 euros is a joke? That is even just cheek feed compared to what some of them are doing out there. So that's obscene opulence. Money is being pumped into nothing. There is nothing those senators are doing. They are not adding value to anyone's life. Some of them argue and say, we brought this bill. What bill? What has it changed? Who has it helped? So if the subsidies that finance the luxury life of this political class, such as billions budgeted to buy new cars in the presidency every year, senators change cars, they buy whatever they like, are directed towards everyday Nigerians, Nigerians can then say, we can afford cheaper petrol or whatever it is that comes up, we can work it. So this is just it. It's terrible. I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this. Please let us know that in the comment section below.